Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of News Channel 68.
This is reporter Jameson Dover from News Channel 68. As you may have heard, we are in the beginning of a very serious nuclear confrontation between Cuba, the Soviet Union, and the United States of America. As you may or may not know, the Soviet Union has recently placed nuclear building facilities and nuclear missiles on Cuba that are capable of striking the U.S. mainland. In response, the U.S. has threatened nuclear retaliation against the Soviet Union unless they pull out their nuclear arms immediately. This has the potential to turn into a worldwide nuclear conflict that could annihilate the planet. This is very likely to happen unless the three countries can agree to some diplomatic means of ending this serious confrontation.
Our first guest is Cassius Clay, the world heavyweight boxing champion of 1964.
However, he has recently changed his name to Muhammad Ali.
Our reporter Jameson Dover has more on the field.
This is News Channel 68 reporting live from the scene. I am here with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad, why did you change your name to Muhammad Ali from Cassius Clay?
Cassius Clay was my slave name. Muhammad Ali is my real name.
Why choose Muhammad Ali?
Because recently I've come out as a member of the Nation of Islam.
So, it is to be said that you are the biggest boxer of the day.
It's true.
Help! 1, 2, 3, 4. Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody. Help! You know I need someone. Help! When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed help.
It is August 1965, and the Beatles have released their 10th North American album titled Help.
So self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and opened up the door.
Featuring the songs Help, Ticket to Ride, and Yesterday, this album's guaranteed to be great. Pick up your vinyl album today.
Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me?
Violent riots have broken out in Los Angeles. South Central Los Angeles is where this far-reaching riot began, where the extremely poor African-American neighborhoods were. During these 6 days, mobs flipped and demolished vehicles and robbed stores for liquor or stole from pawn shops and department stores.
During these few days, 14,000 California National Guard troops have been active.
The Watts riots have exploded for 6 days now, and it has led to up to $40 million of damage. In the civil rights era, this riot is the biggest and most expensive city revolt. The Watts riot started on August 11, 1965, when an African American by the name of Marquette Fry was pulled over by Lee W. Minnicus. The officer thought he was driving while under the influence and should possibly be arrested. After they stopped their vehicles, a pack of bystanders formed around the officer and Fry. The crowd became tenser. So after the officers took custody of Fry, fights broke out, and the mob created a riot.
When the Watts riot ended, 34 people died, there was over 1,000 injuries, and close to 4,000 arrests of people.
Today is March 29, 1968. We have received tragic news that Martin Luther King Jr. has been assassinated today.
Jameson Dover is live on the scene to report.
It is Jameson Dover reporting live for News Channel 68. As you can see, Martin Luther King has been shot. This is a gruesome and dreadful event in the history of our nation.
I have a dream.
Breaking news, Apollo 11 has succeeded.
Today is July 20th, 1969. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin have just set foot on the moon.
Earlier, the mission launched from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
They have collected 47.5 pounds of lunar material for return to Earth.
Now we go live to the lunar module, which has landed in the Sea of Tranquility.
Live reporting on the moon on this date, July 20th, 1969. I am Jameson Dover from News Channel 68. This is Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon.
Well, it's one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind.
Well put, Neil. Well put. Back to you guys. I am here with the first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong. That's all we have to say. Back then. Why choose Muhammad Ali?
Because recently I've come out as a member of the Nation of Islam. That's true. That's what it says.
Today is July 20th, 1969. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. I can't do it. Okay, I think we can do another tape.
Running out of time.
Alright.
Today is July 20th, 1969. I got this. No.
You don't. You don't have this at all.
Breaking news: Apollo 11
You lost it that time.
Breaking news: Apollo 11 has succeeded.
Today is July 20th, 1969. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin have just set foot on the moon.
Earlier, the mission launched from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
They have collected 47.5 pounds of lunar material for return to Earth. No, I had it.